Dear student, welcome to the course Introductory Agrometeorology and Climate Change. Today I am going to discuss about the different atmospheric weather variables. You might be aware like density, pressure, wind speed in magnitude as well as in directions. These are some important parameters of variable which affects the weather condition in any climate region. So for today lecture we will see that important weather variable. One is the atmospheric pressure, and we will see that how it varies with height from the earth surface. When someone moves from earth surface into the atmosphere, how it is varying with the height. So before proceeding to the lecture, let's recap our previous class that I have discussed. I have discussed with you Earth four sphere, that is atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. I have also discussed about the meteorology. Meteorology is the branch of science where we study the composition of the atmosphere, the science that tells the about the composition of the atmosphere and the physical reactions that happening into the lower atmosphere. Then we have also seen the climatology, and I have also discussed about the agrometeorology. And in the agrometeorology, what generally we study the interaction between the atmospheric composition on some particular zones, that how they affect the crop and their production in quality and quantity wise. And this is very important for the agriculture student, because when we have the forecast and accurate forecast, we can advise the farmers to produce some particular crop, because we know the weather condition how is going to be vary in that particular climate. So these are all four important points that we have covered in the previous lectures. Now for today, let's see what is the pressure and how it varies when we go above from the earth surface, how it behaves on the earth surface, and what is its value at sea level, what are the units in which pressure is measured. So the objective for the today lecture is to study and get some idea about the atmospheric variable. Here generally three important type of the variable are: one is the pressure, another is the wind, another we can take it as the density. The reason is that if density decides that the atmosphere, the composition of the atmosphere at that particular climate zone is compressible or incompressible, because the whole science totally differs from the compressible fluid than the incompressible fluid. So for today lecture, we will see our focus will be on the atmospheric pressure, and we will see its variation with height. I will also discuss that what is the absolute pressure, gauge pressure, and vacuum pressure. So these are the objective for the today lecture, and hope at the end of this lecture you will be able to give the answer for these particular important points. Now if you will look the diagram here, what is this? This is a beaker having filled with mercury, and inverted U-tube setup arrangement has been done here. Okay, so this beaker is exposed from here to the atmosphere. So what is happening? What is the atmospheric pressure that is acting at this surface up to here? Okay, and this is the statement of Pascal law that on a static fluid, all points on the same plane have the same pressure. So point B, if the point B is at the atmospheric pressure because it is exposed to the atmosphere, the point A is also on the same datum line. So the point A is also going to have the same pressure that is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Now here the mercury is filled, and what is happening, there is a vacuum created between the mercury and there. So in the vacuum the air pressure is very small. Okay, suppose that if it is very small, generally it can be neglected, but if it cannot be neglected, then I can take the vacuum pressure is PV. Okay, so here the pressure is PB, and this is the point A. So if I want to write the pressure at the point A, it will be PB equal to what? When we are going down, okay? So this, here the pressure is A, and what is the difference? Rho G H, okay? So your PA at this point, and this is going up, so PA is going to be PB plus rho GH, okay? But PB is a vacuum pressure that is very small and it can be neglected. So the value, that is rho GH, rho is the density of the fluid and here it is mercury, so the value is going to 13.6 kg per meter cube, and G is your gravitational force, that is 9.81 meter per second square, and this is the height h, okay, and this is the equilibrium. So we can measure this height, and after measuring this height we can write the pressure at the point P at A, that is PA is going to be the PB plus rho GH, and the paper pressure of the mercury is very less, okay, in comparison to the value of rho GH. So PV can be neglected. So we have got that PA is equal to rho GH, and we can compare this PA with the PB if we can measure the pressure at B. So this is going to be the atmosphere, and this is the barometer setup through which the atmospheric pressure is measured. So let's talk about the universe. If you see the system or the earth on which we are living, the earth is surrounded by a huge gaseous atmosphere, and these gases exert the pressure on the earth that you are seeing here in the diagram. This is our earth and these are the gases, okay. So pressure that is defined as, it is the force per unit area, and the standard unit to measure the pressure is Pascal, and 1 Pascal is assumed as 1 Newton per meter square. Another important unit is PSI, that is pound per inch square, and this is your sea level, and if we found the pressure at the sea level, this is 14.7 PSI or 101.3 kilopascal, that is 101 300 Newton per meter square. Now suppose that we have a table which is 1 by 1, that is length is 1 meter and width is 1 meter, and atmospheric pressure is applied at 101.000 Newton, okay. So the area is 1 by 1, so area is going to be 1 meter square, so this is this force that is going to be the pressure. And the important point is that this force, when it has been applied, it is equally applied in all direction. It is not here just like it, so it is equally applied in all direction. So how it is balanced? If the top is this force acting, so from the bottom this much force acting, and when we are, suppose that we are running in the somewhere, then the airs are flowing, so air also applies some pressure, okay. So if we want to find out the pressure, that is going to be pressure divided by per unit area. Let's take another example. Let's fill this glass with the water and then covered with a piece of paper from the top. Okay, so we have covered. Now just tilt the glass. Okay, so when we are tilting the glass, now look, we have left the hand and the paper is stuck to the glass. Now what is happening? In the glass, there is some vacuum over there. Here is some space, it is there, and weight of the water is acting downwards. But the paper is in equilibrium position, so the atmospheric pressure is applying some force from the downside. So this atmospheric pressure that is acting on the paper from the downside is just balancing the weight of the fluid contained into the glass, okay. So if we can measure the, here we can measure it, we can also calculate the atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure is nothing but it is the pressure exerted by the atmosphere on per unit area, or you can say the force exerted per unit area by the atmosphere is known as the atmospheric pressure, okay. So I just have you seen here in example that how the atmospheric pressure is balancing the weight of the water that is contained into the glass. And one thing we have seen that standard unit or SI unit for the measurement of the pressure is your Pascal, and 1 Pascal is defined as 1 Newton per meter square. And when the values are in quantity wise more, be always express into the kilopascal. Okay, and another unit that is used in the your European countries is that is the PSI, that is pound per inch square. Okay, that is if we have 1 inch square area, if 1 pound force is applying on that, then the pressure is going to be 1 PSI. Now let's see pressure variation on surface, that is on Earth's surface. If we are at the Earth's surface, how the pressure is varying. Pressure varying widely from day to day. Means its variation is with, you can say, hours wise, daily wise. Okay, at the same point we will not get the same pressure throughout the whole 24 hours. And how the range of variation is, generally it goes from 970 MB to 1030 MB. The MB means here is millibar. 1 bar is 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. This is also a unit of the pressure. And M stand for milli, that is 10 to the power minus 3. So this varies from 970 MB to 1030 MB. And the lowest pressure that has been recorded, that is 870 MB at the typhoon tip, and it is recorded in October. And the highest pressure that has been recorded, that is 1084 MB, and it is recorded on Agata, Siberia in December. So this is the pressure variation on the surface of the earth from day to day, and you can say it hourly. Okay, and the lowest and highest pressure are, these are the pressures that has been recorded on the earth's surface. Now what are the pattern for pressure distribution? Okay, anticyclones or high are regions. Anticyclones or the high are regions where the pressure at its center is highest relative to the surrounding. The circulation is clockwise in the northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Then another point is a ridge. Okay, a region of isobars extending away from a high center with no sharp curvature. Pressure along the line of the ridge is higher than the surrounding. These are the different patterns. One is the anticyclone, one other is the high. What is in the anticyclone or high? The pressure at its center is highest relative to its surrounding. So surrounding pressure is less, inside pressure is high. If we go into the ridge, it's a region of isobars. Isobars means the planes or lines which are having the same constant pressure, and it is extending away from a high center with no sharp curvature. Okay. Then there is another pattern, that is depression or lows, or we can call it cyclones. What is in that case? The pressure at the center is less than its surrounding. That is the region where the pressure at center is lowest relative to its surrounding. The circulation is anti-clockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Then another comes trough. This is a region of isobars extending away from a low center and may have sharp curvature. Pressure along the line of the trough is lower than the surrounding. Okay. Then another important distribution is cols. Is a region of nearly uniform pressure situated between a pair of high and a pair of low. Means if you have a pair of high and a pair of low, so in between that the pressure is going to almost remain constant. There is not too much variation, and that portion is called the cols. So if we look the pressure distribution pattern on in our earth system, there are 5 major type pattern distributions. One is the anticyclone or high, another is the ridge, then comes depression, then trough, and last one is the cols. So these are the 5 important patterns that has been observed on the earth system, that in that pattern the pressure varies. Now pressure changes aloft. Pressure decreases with height. Okay, as we go above from the earth surface, the pressure is decreases. I will explain the mathematical equation also for that. Pressure also varies horizontally aloft. Why there is a variation horizontally? This is due to horizontal variation of mean temperature in layer of the atmosphere, and P is equal to rho RT, that is the ideal gas equation. If the temperature is varying, pressure will be varying, okay, for that composition of the air in the atmosphere. Pressure is determined by the density of air above. As you know, the equation P is equal to rho RT. Rho stand for the density, R stand for the universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature and density. Thus, at a given atmospheric pressure, if the air is cold, means density is more, then pressure will be high, and if the air is warm, then the density will be low and pressure will be less. So for the atmospheric, the composition is not changing too much when we are not too much high from the earth's surface. That if we are in the lower atmosphere, the main composition is generally oxygen and nitrogen and some inactive gases. So that composition is not changing, and the composition of that gas behaves like a ideal gases, and we can use the equation P is equal to RT, where P stands for the pressure, rho stands for the density, R is the universal gas constant, and T is the temperature generally taken into the Kelvin. So using this formula, we can find out the pressure, that how it is varying. Now here you can see the two diagram, that how the pressure is varying when we are moving from Earth's surface and going to above. So for each, if we talk in logarithm decrease, that for each 16 kilometer increase in altitude, okay, whatever the pressure is at Earth's surface, that is at the sea level 101 kilopascal. Okay, so when we moves around 60 kilometer, the pressure drops by the factor of 10. Okay, like if the pressure is a 48 kilometer, 1 millibar, and at the 32 kilometer, this is 10 MB. So we are going down, pressure is increasing. Otherwise, you can see it in the reverse way, that at 0 kilometer, the pressure is 1000 MB. When you are 16, the pressure is 100 MB, that is just reduced by 10 times. 32 kilometer, 10 times. 48 kilometer, 1 millibar. So when we just moving 16 kilometer, the pressure is going reduced logarithmic very fast. Okay, now another, you can see another variation in the diagram, that for each 5.5 kilometer height increase, pressure drops by factor of 2. Here you can see that if moving 16 kilometer, it is dropped by 10, and if we are moving 5.5 kilometer, drop by 2, like 0 kilometer 1000. At the 5.5 we are getting 500 MB millibar, 11 kilometer we are getting 250 millibar, 16.5 kilometer we are getting 125 millibar. So these are the pressure variation with the height, and these are plotted on the logarithmic scale. Okay, so when we are moving at a 16 kilometer, the pressure drops by 10 times, and moving by 5.5 kilometer, the pressure drops by the factor of 2. Now we can also quantify the pressure change with the height. So if we want to find out the pressure, the formula is that P at elevation Z in kilometer equal to P MSL into 10 to the power minus Z divided by 16, and that value is in kilometer. What is, where Z is elevation in kilometers, P is the pressure in millibar MB, at elevation Z in meters kilometer, and PMSL is the pressure millibar at mean sea level. So mean sea level pressure is 101 kilopascal. I can convert into the millibar, that is 101 multiplied by 10 per minus 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 5. So this will give me the pressure at MB. Then I can 10 to the power minus Z by 16. So Z I have to take into the kilometer. So we have the pressure at that particular point in terms of Newton per millimeter square. Okay, here suppose that PMSL is in your millibar, I will get in the pressure in millibar. So Z value I have to take into the kilometers. Okay, if you just put that Z is equal to 0, that is at the sea level, 10 per minus Z, that is 1, so you will get P is equal to PMSL. So this is the variation of pressure with the height. Now these are the international standard atmosphere that you should know, because when we are going to solve some problems, these data are required. So MSL, that is temperature, that is universally accepted temperature, is your mean sea level temperature, that is 15 degrees centigrade, and in its Kelvin it's 288 kilo Kelvin. Mean sea level pressure 101 3.25 millibar, either better you can keep in mind 101 kilopascal, and the same has been converted in inches of mercury is 29.2. Density we can take is 1.22 kilogram per meter cube, and these are the temperature, and this is the variation in decrease, that how temperature is changing with the height and all. So these three parameters are important at the sea level, because whatever the variation we are going to study, either in terms of temperature or in terms of pressure, these basics values should be known. That temperature 28 to 28 to 88 Kelvin or 15 degrees centigrade, and pressure is 101 kilopascal. Okay. Now let's summarize the today class. Pressure and its variation have important applications for aviation, ranging from measurement of altitudes and airspeed to the prediction of winds and weather. Why this is an important atmospheric weather variable? Now the important point, gauge and vacuum pressure. Okay, what is the gauge and vacuum pressure? Suppose that we have fixed our datum line. From the datum line, if we are our datum line value is 0. Okay, from there whatever the atmospheric pressure level that is measured. So suppose that this is your atmospheric level line. So when we are measuring from the data that is sea level, or you can say at the zero pressure line, the direct value is called absolute pressure. Okay, and when our reference line is the atmospheric line, then the pressure above it is above the atmosphere called gauge pressure, and below it is called vacuum. Now we have seen that pressure varies exponentially with the height. How you can say that is MSL into 10 power minus Z by 16. This was your equations. And pressure is also directly proportional to density when we are in the lower atmosphere, because it follows the equation P is equal to rho RT. Okay, so this is all about for the today lecture. This is all the reference books that you can use for your study. I would like to recommend you Introduction to Agriculture and Agrometeorology, that by Reddy in 2014. These are some questions that you have to answer, that what is the gauge and vacuum pressure, what are the Pascal's law, write the equation of pressure variation with height, why is atmospheric pressure high at sea level, and how does the atmospheric pressure change with altitude. I think I have discussed all the answer for all these questions in today lecture. Okay. So this is for today class. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture, and I think you have got some idea about the pressure and how the pressure varies with the height, and why the study is important for the agriculture students. So thank you for today class.